Welcome to the other channel. Today, we're going behind the scenes on the stolen Demon 170 build, and more specifically, we're going to talk about how freaking badly it's going. At the end of the last video, we got the drivetrain in, we even kind of, sort of, in some way, shape, or form, got it looking like a real car. The only thing stopping us from taking it for a ride for the first time and cranking it up was a little bit of module programming. After all, how hard could that be? Yeah, the problem is when we had our friends from Stark's Performance and Maintenance come tap into the car with their dealer-level Ytech software, everything, for lack of better terms, blew up in our face. Ytech's a tool that all the Dodge dealerships use to do exactly what we're trying to do here, to program new modules, to configure used modules, and to write new keys. In theory, it should be super simple. But right off the jump, we had this weird issue where even though we'd have the proper 2023 Demon VIN in, Ytech would automatically revert the car back to some random 2018 Demon VIN. As best we can tell, these probably did something really weird to this car programming-wise when they were trying to get it to start. And in turn, they have royally us when it comes to programming it the correct way. For example, we're in our steering rack control module at the moment, which is one of the ones that's had the VIN changed. You can see that the original VIN, if I can highlight it, 0032, but the current VIN ends in 0762. That is not a VIN number we've ever had come through the shop. From the moment we picked this car up, you could tell clear as day that steering rack, it was original. It had never been removed. The original VIN number in that module also confirms that. As for how it got changed, I really don't know. It has to be something that the thieves did, but our only real chance of doing something here with this Alpha OBD program is to try to reset the VIN. Failed. Requested service is not supported by the unit. Welp. Same exact deal with the HVAC setup. Let's see if this one works. Reset VIN values. Let's see. Come on, baby. You can do it. You can do it. You won't do it, will you? Procedure completed. Okay. So let's see if now we go back to this. Let's disconnect. We'll connect again. Yeah. Got it. Now we do the status. Read system ID. Come on, baby. Be the right VIN. Be the right VIN. Be the right VIN. That does not seem promising at all. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here, but that doesn't sound great. Let's see, transmission. Same deal. Current 0762. Original's correct. But the problem is, if we're to go in here and do a VIN right, we keep getting this error on every module we try to program. It just doesn't work. Maybe it's something I'm doing wrong. That's actually probably likely the cause, but it's just not working for us. One by one, we can just go through and see every module that's wrong. Yep, same deal. Oh, hold on now. Look at that. The original VIN is this wrong 2018 Demon VIN. Until now, we haven't been able to find one single module that was originally the wrong one. We just did. I don't know what that means. At least when it comes to trying to get this thing running, I don't know that it changes much, but it does mean that module, it's not from the 170 at all. That module is the silver one right here, and if you guys remember, that was already attached to the wiring harness that we got with this car, the wiring harness that we presumed was from this car. Until this very moment, we haven't had a surefire way to know whether that harness was correct or not. That leads me to believe that it's not. Though, just like everything else with this build, I'm not 100% certain on anything. We're just making educated guesses. So just for fun, we're going to try something here. If you can't tell by the smoke damage on the module, this is the module out of the original burned down Demon. We're going to plug it in and see what happens. There's like this much of a chance, possibly, that because there's an originally VIN'd piece of equipment in here out of that 2018 Demon, the wrong 2018 Demon, not the one we're putting in here, that maybe, just maybe, it's transferring over to the rest of the modules. I don't know.
What if these actually work?
Well, then I'm a genius, right? Okay. No, what's the saying about a blind squirrel in a nut? Oops. P05036 155 AA 19 to 23.
Huh.
Which Wouldn't be for a 2018, so man, I don't know. We're just gonna plug this in and see what happens. I wouldn't think that this
It's gonna matter.
would ever play a major role in programming this whole car. And it might not, but we're about to find out.
It's Mopar. You never know, right?
Seriously. If this shows a VIN number ending in 1204, which is the 2018 Demon, our 2018 Demon, we'll be on to something, I think. Okay, it did. Now the question is, if we go into those other modules that were already showing the wrong 2018 Demon VIN number, will they somehow pull a current VIN number out of this module? I bet you that it's still going to show the wrong one. I just have a gut feeling. Yep. So we're doing a little more playing around here. In our security gateway module, which we haven't had installed this entire time because you need a bypass to do pretty much everything with this Alpha OBD software, it looks like this. It's under the dashboard, and the only thing I can think, well, actually, no, it's not thinking anymore, Fernando. It's proven here. The thieves swapped that. The original VIN on that module is the 0762. That module was attached, and I mean bolted in to the Demon 170 dashboard. So, I don't know. I guess that's what they did. Either that or they flashed it somehow. I really don't know, because keep in mind that dashboard was 100% for the 170. We literally have no control over the security gateway module. We already have a blank, brand new out of the box security gateway module. Right there. There's the proof. But this one, this came out of that purple 2020 red eye. We've also went around and connected the body control module and the RF hub from the same car. So we're going to put this in and see if the VIN number follows. Read system ID. Now this should pull up with like a 6532 or something along those VINs if my memory serves. 6537. Okay. The key fob doesn't work. I thought it would. This is the key fob from that same car. All right, we're back on the Ytech, and hopefully, with all these 2020 red eye modules in, it shouldn't revert to that 2018 VIN. Oh, it did 2020.
Yeah, right, yeah. Changed it up.
That's fine. Okay, so changing all that shit worked.
So is this, that's the other VIN?
That's that red eye.
The red eye VIN.
That'll do. Well, it worked for a few minutes. Now, all of a sudden, just as we're in here messing around, it just started to pull back up that 2018 VIN. Wow. All right, so despite the fact that we swapped all the main modules out to a 2020 red eye, that purple one from way back when, it's still multiple times now pulled up the wrong 2018 Demon VIN. So what we did is got under the car and unplugged every possible module that could have that Demon VIN in it. I mean, everything in the trunk, everything inside the car, anything that doesn't have that red eye VIN in it, it's unplugged. So again, hopefully, fingers crossed. Well, it seems to have worked, so now I guess we put the blank modules in and see what happens. The only thing left connected here with a VIN number is the gauge cluster, which has the correct VIN number in it. And it finally seems to have worked. Cool.
So yeah, basically it's changing our old values since it was showing the 18. For whatever reason, now it's changing it to the actual VIN, to the 2023.
Okay.
So yeah, this is just showing me that what's changed.
What module is this?
This is all the mapping.
If we get one module programmed, I'll be happy. I feel like that's on the right.
Yeah, right.
Like we're on the right track there.
Yeah. So yes. All right. Cool.
So that worked. It worked. We
Right up
finally
there.
successfully flashed something, and that is where things finally should have started coming together. Keyword, of course, being should have, because they most certainly did not. Unfortunately, after that, it was just issue after issue, to the point where we started to assume that some of the brand new modules I got from Dodge might have been mad. We started swapping some of those out. Over the next few weeks, Mike came back on the nights and weekends, and every single time, we just fail in some new and dumb way. So next up on the list of things to try, being that we're getting errors when we try to program the body control module, was a new body control module. Now, every single part of me wants to say this body control module is going to be our fix. You know, it's New Year's Day, maybe 2025 is the year of easy programming for Mopars. But I mean, given how this usually goes, it would probably be wise to just let it play out before I start talking all positive.
Realistically, now we got a new body controller put in, and it's I don't know if you guys can see it, but our topology is pretty gray. It's showing the security gateways up. and our body controller is obviously talking to us, but it's not up on the bus yet. So now what we're trying to do is just actually do a reconfiguration and try to get it to talk to everything else that's in the car.
Yeah, we're still getting errors, of course, so the next thing we're going to check are these little star connectors. They're Mopar specific as far as I know, and they let all the different modules that are on the CAN network talk to each other. And we do have a full known good set out of this red eye, which you guys will see a video on soon. Maybe ours, when the stuff was sitting out at Copart, got wet. Who knows? Let's see what they're looking like on this one. They are there. No weird corrosion, no cut wires. Who knows?
You can see there's little resistors on here, but it actually relies the communications on this board. We've had issues with these things failing over time.
And speaking of these little connectors, there's one under the driver's side dashboard and the passenger side. It slides up under the glove box. And if you look at this one, we did look it over before. There's a pinched wire. It's not broken. But now that we started talking about these and we're having these issues communicating, this one does have some corrosion. Maybe we popped this off. Maybe the board inside's, I don't know, messed up. Which I guess at this point would be a good thing, given some of our issues. Let's see. It doesn't really look to be damaged. This one over here on the driver's side, there's no visible damage to it, but you can see the bottom plastic cover. It's all rusty from where water got into this dashboard. We're gonna swap it out just to be safe. So yeah, a couple new hubs make all our problems go away, right?
Right, yeah.
That's what we're counting on.
What we're hoping on. So I mean, I just pulled up some service information, and it shows here with your immobilizer components, and just basically a breakdown of the guide on how it goes. I mean, you're supposed to do the vehicle reconfiguration. After we do that, we go down to the RF hub to run the security code in that, and then after that we're allowed to program the keys and then start doing some of our security stuff. But then it left a note here at the very bottom showing that if we've replaced the PCM, which is the powertrain control module, and then the body controller, that we should follow a different routine. Well, this is showing to actually program our body control immobilizer replacement first compared to doing the RF hub. But it looks like there's some more security stuff that we got to dig through.
You're doing it the way that it would normally be done, that you've always done it,
right,
in a car that isn't a giant piece of trash like this. Yeah. Like a car comes into the shop and needs new keys,
right.
What you're doing would work, so we might have to try something different.
Yeah, with it being a new 2023 and obviously a Demon 170, I'm sure that they've changed some stuff over the years.
Unfortunately, even with the new process, today it's just not our day. Didn't work. We were, however, though it doesn't at all concern the Demon 170, able to do a little work on the track hawk. When I bought this thing, it came with no keys. We bought a few blank keys, and now we've got working keys for the track hawk. So it wasn't a complete wasted trip. So new plan, we're gonna push it out that door right there. The first one of you guys that shows up here at the shop can just have it.
Do the wheels.
Shut up. Shut up. On a serious note, they've been coming over to work on this thing nights and weekends, and the whole part-time approach just hasn't been working. So I'm gonna take this thing over to their shop where they can take more of a, I guess, active approach, we'll call it, in trying to get this thing together. The guys at Starks have been working so hard on this thing, so make sure you show them some love. I'm gonna have the link to their Instagram down in the description, and I also want to thank those of you who reached out with advice. It really does feel like we have the whole Mopar community on our side trying to get this thing right. We're gonna find a way. We'll get it done, and the next time you guys see this car, hopefully it's running.